The Out There channel.
Please sub and share.
Searching for the truth. UFOs, aliens, greys and ufology. Real images, real stories, real videos, real cases, researched and investigated by professionals in the field and cutting-edge discoveries. Multiple witnesses, abduction accounts brought to you by Team The Out There channel. Good to be back. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Action.
Yo, are we live? Barely. A bit of rough stomach again. So, just finish off some admin bits here. Maybe I'll dive into it. Haven't had much chance to put a show together though, but there's enough there probably. There's always lots coming into ufology all the time. Mostly noise, unfortunately, no really good stuff. Okay, pinned, unpeeled. Okay, it's looking good. Who's out there unpeeled? Just one person at the moment. How about Rumble? Got two people. And what, one person on YouTube, is it? We might have to wait a wee while see if anyone else shows up before we kick it off fully. But we got to do our freebies today. That normally takes up a wee bit of a time. Come on, what's going on here? Okay, it's looking all good. So yeah. Alright. Haven't got that open. Okay, it's looking all good. Alright, so yeah, it's gone to live here. Alright. Getting playback on myself. I need this for doing the gifting. Well, yeah, what was I doing? Good to be back. Who's in a singing mood today? Anybody? You ain't seen nothing yet. Which is plenty of people in ufology that have not seen anything UFO or alien-like at all. They're called grifters, Corbell. Zero experiences. I remember seeing Corbell when he first came into ufology. He was plugging videos that he was filming on the streets and interviewing people, but like Mike Dice. How he did the beach ones, he was going out interviewing them, various things at Las Vegas. And on his Facebook it was always about being a movie producer. So that's all he got into it. He saw ufology as a way to maybe do some interest topics that gets lots of views, right? He was never a UFO man. You see a lot of these people come into the field and you see what their motives are, right? It's always about money. When you do like a 5-minute video, right? You know, a 10-minute video, which I do pretty much every day, and sell it for $5, you know what the jig is up, right? Same as this guy here.
Yes, my name is Ken.
I don't know. It doesn't look like a glitch.
Okay, let's do the gifts. The CPU will keep up with me. Where's the gift ones? Must have changed it around, have they? Memberships. Here we go, first 5. That might bring some extras to the channel. We did get our subs just up, and then Google took it away last night. Again, we did get up to 2,920, and it's dropped back down. To 2,919 again. So 7 get an extra sub today. Get it back over the hurdle again. Shouldn't be that hard to get subs, but it is. So yeah, haven't been seeing who's showing up here. Who's getting all the gifts? Michael Adams. Looks a bit easier to read than last time on the overlay screen. So who got the first 5? Oh, sweetie man. Marvelous Marvin again, who hates me, but he hangs around on GoofOn. Mr. Paradox Paradise. Chris Desmaris. Michael Adams. What's the last one? That was that. Okay, next 5, I guess. They must be the new people. Here we go. Next random 5. Takes a wee while to think, doesn't it? Source code and the big king of Scotland. Is he around today? That'll wake him up. Jasper again. Tommy T, who's too busy to show up. He's working all the time. Woo, right, I haven't seen him for a wee while. He normally hangs on Twitch though, I think. And Blue Chicken, no one doesn't hang with us anymore. Probably a lurker out there. I think that's 5, isn't it? That's 10. Oh, what? Okay, that's done. That's out the way with for another month. So Liz, you didn't get extra. So sadly. You out there? Who is out there? Helen, how's it going? A Borg, huh? New York Borg, is it? Hey, we better kick it off then. Do we wait any longer for any others? That'd probably wake up a few, but normally email takes about 15 minutes every time it checks and alerts people. But anyway, yeah, we're going to kick off with, let's see, not MUFON. The Syria one. New Syria UFO video explained. Okay, we need to have a look at it first. Have we got another tab to it?
Let's party!
Party time, yes. Yeah, so the video will be here somewhere. Another pixelized thermal mess, and not very long. Link to the documented drone activity. Let's have a look at that link there before we go for that one. Did it open it up? TWZ MQ9 Reapers now engaging aerial targets comes from UAP hearing. Well, we know that since the Chinese spy balloons, right? We've been knowing that drones would be shooting them down. And that's what we're seeing here, isn't it? Exactly what they're doing. They're shooting down a spy decoy balloon or a spy balloon or something like that. But yeah, all the sorry asses out there just won't have it. They can live in their own fictitious world, I guess. Wasn't that a fake video? That looks like Section 51 horseshoe fake video. So they're saying they captured that UAP 23. And I thought could be a letter balloon, I guess. A letter C, hey? They shoot down party balloons. They can get quite big, those ones, though. I think they go up to about 42 inches, letter balloons. So you never know. We got no size indication on here, or anything, actually. That's what I mean. It's all like disinformation. Spy balloons, you know. Party balloons. Try and distract you from the real stuff. Anyway. So let's go back to the new one. Didn't see it listed there. Where was it? There, wasn't it? No. Yeah. Okay, there's probably a link on Corbell to a YouTube version. I don't know if this is so long. It's only 11 seconds, right? I suppose we could check it out. It's kind of sucky they haven't got a link to the actual... They always reach out to Mick West, right? But anyway, let's just have a look. 11 seconds worth. Nice grainy footage. Looks like it's from home security cameras from the 2000. I don't know if we got any better out there. It's hardly HD, is it? Corbell on the logo. They haven't blacked off any of these things here, so does it mean that they know what it is and they don't care, or it's been leaked and it's still top secret and Corbell should go to prison? Now that would be funny. So, what's it likely to be? Yeah, exactly. Pixel mess. Again, most of them have been balloons, right? Or spy balloons. From this guy. Flares and drones. So it could be a drone. And... you can see here they changed the setting. Yeah, it looks like they turn off some sort of tracking there and they lose target. $4K soon. So that's why it's pixelated. They don't do optical soon, they do digital soon. That looks like compass bearing, is it? Altitude, is it? Elevation, 17,000 feet. Yeah, I wonder if there's anything better out there actually. I should have looked. Corbell comes from him, but we really want a YouTube one, don't we? Corbell. Oh, come on. Where's his link? Got him. He hasn't blocked me yet, which is kind of strange. Mick West has. There we go. So we got a link to a YouTube. Yes, which the full... oh no, that's them talking about it. Read the full UAP reports. Is that the one we just looked at? Because it wasn't anything about this one. So the other person linked it to the wrong location. And there's the YouTube. That's what we want. There we go. So, looks like I said, what he's going to do, Corbell, is he's going to drip feed. He's going to drip feed these when they need a boost of income. Who's out there? Liz, how's it going? Looks like it's just used to gills. What? How many down the side here? 3 and 5 now. Okay, we got some workers. 10. Yeah, so they should be getting alerts by now. Okay, let's have a look at this. Is it any better? Okay, we got some more footage at least. And that doesn't look like the same video, does it? It could be. Two times. So they're trying to chase it. Now what happened there? Mr. Lost Lock. Getting a lock. Far away. They certainly don't look like they're firing any missiles at it though. And that's where he's cut it. The close up. So yeah, what do you think it looks like? A mushroom. Just think, you know, if they just had a normal TV, like a normal camera HD on it, side by side of thermal. I think you have to do a frame by frame with this one. Still going, it's still playing the same video. Different speeds. Looks like a balloon drifting away. They obviously saw it was a balloon, didn't fire a missile at it. Now what have they done there? Colorized it the other way. What did he say? Let's go back on that one. Black and white there is inverted. Not that it's going to really help much. Yeah, shit footage, isn't it? Spud cam. It's like playing those early computer games, you know. Even Space Invaders was easier to see what it was. Okay. Original clip. Need some. It's like you need like a joystick so you can start shooting it. Oh, yeah. Somehow we need to be able to see what all that's saying there. It's not that zooming off really fast because it's still moving. You can see the clouds. So it's still moving along this direction here. Still moving this way. But it's got a lock. And they zoom in on it. I don't know, does it look like a drone? Doesn't really look like a balloon there either, does it? Yeah, that there. Let's run around own filters on it. But if it comes from Corbell, we shouldn't hold too much faith that it's a good one. Okay. What's it look like? Of course, we're going to have flares. Does that show up the writing better? It does, doesn't it? You can actually read the writing a wee bit better with the blue background. It looks like a fish. Top fin, tail fin. Yeah, let's just go with that. Step it back and forth. Is that, I reckon? We need a counter to see what it's doing. Have I got the right key is a question. Should have. Let's see, I'll go forward. I don't think it's working. If I play it, it's gone instantly. Oh, here we go, it's working now. Oh no, it's just weird. It's a flying sissy. Well, we've got to remember it's going this direction. But we don't know which way the wind's going. There's no indication on this. And they lose lock. I don't know, it's a bit hard to say it's a balloon. But we'd expect some sort of payload to be underneath. A balloon with a maybe a rotating solar panels. Or tethers hanging down that are giving off heat for some reason. Could be a decoy balloon where it's got a heating element in it. And radar reflectors on it, right? So, why did the video end suddenly? They must have recognised it. You decided not to chase it anymore and just let it go. So, going backwards again. It looks pretty static, and we haven't got that sort of flapping motion that we had with the last one, with the birds. Ooh, that's a lot of frames. So this is the problem with thermal. We're only seeing the heat's given off. And the real object could be smaller and behind, right? So that's always been the debate with McQuest as well. That you're not actually seeing the craft skin giving off heat, but the actual air around it's superheated. Like jet engines or whatever. So if this is going in the wind this direction, the shape doesn't seem to be consistent of the wind passing. It looks like it should be going that way. I don't know, it looks like the peak's forming that way. I suppose it's going to stuff up now. Alright, still working. I wouldn't say it's a UFO though. That's kind of strange looking there, see? Could be a balloon with a payload. Few pixels now. Let's see more into that one. So that means if there's more of the craft, we're only seeing the heat signature right there. Could that be that there's more of the craft there that's colder? Pixels. It's hard to say what it is. Where's it gone? So what's that little bit that appears here? There it is again. Looks like it breaks away from it, or whatever it is. That's the then it zooms off. And there's two at the top. Oh right, that's part of the sensor thing going around the outside, because it's so low quality graphics. Alright, okay, but why did it disappear. Oh yeah, it's disappeared. See that? The little square brackets. Kind of weird. Alright, so that's part of their add-on. Oh well, let's try changing the filters again. Sometimes you can see stuff that you don't see. That's not bad, I think. Let's have a look. Okay. Let's keep going with that one. Go forward again. Looks like a TIE fighter. Poo 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 poo. Looks like a Star Trek game. Dum 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 dum. Look, I'm your father. And it goes into that horrible mess. So I think there's the real shape of it. I don't think it's a TIE fighter now. Kind of looks like one of the rebel ships, doesn't it? And this looks like a blimp shaped craft with maybe solar panels underneath. Then it goes crazy here for some reason. Why? Is it changing the setting here? Oh yeah. Something's going on up there. Alright. Oh yeah, it changes it from 2 to 4. And then what happens? Something else happens here. What? I don't know. That was nice and clear before. Why would it go like that? Because of the cloud cover it's passing behind. And it's trying to always give the best contrast, interactive contrast to the pilot. So it looked like a blimp type balloon with payload before, but is it now? I think it's tuning and rotating. Oh. Video card playing up, is it? Oh yeah, of course. Damn it. And then we lost our way. Is it still streaming okay? Check for this side. We got Biscuity. Alright, Shelly. She's here. Okay. Flying biscuity. Oh, right, you mean, oh, right, the object. Well, it's possible it could have released something, couldn't it? To try and hide itself. Or to get rid of the lock on it. Normally they put decoys out when they get a lock on, because they don't want to get shot down. It might be just like a smart, like a UAP airship type Chinese blimp with payload behind underneath, which is solar panels and whatnot, and of course motor to move it. So yeah, found out what our tech issues 16 years are about. Can't stay going to bed. Okay, I don't know how we never are around, people. Take care. Well, I'm always in the same time zone, always at the same time. That's a bit odd. I don't think it's a drone. The word drone is really misused because it's a spy balloon. It's with a propeller that generally makes it a drone as well. Drone doesn't have to have propellers that keeps it up. It can be a combination of propellers and helium. But yeah, we lost our way. Away. We got on the highest setting, haven't we? Look at this mess down here. I really hate thermal videos. Let's go from there, I guess. We might be able to see it turning, you know. But it looks pretty steady, you know. It's not sort of changing shape much. Okay. That's interesting. So that could be the blimp now facing us, right? It's turned to face us. So the nose cone of the blimp is here, or airship, and the payload's still down below. And because the background is always changing, it's recalibrating the fluid. Now that's flying away. So that makes sense. It's gradually turned away. So we're seeing probably the rear end of it, not the front end of it. I think it's rotating. Rotating like an airship. Then it flies away. Yeah, look. Happens very quickly. Well, I saw a UAP until you have all the information so you can analyze it. So yeah, maybe we have to have a look around, see if anyone's done any analysis on it, what speed it's doing, based on that, trying to read that horrible dials down there. So I'm going to go with maybe a spy, Chinese spy airship design, not a normal balloon. Chinese airship. They have been spotted, I think, in Australia and New Zealand. Chinese airship spy. 23, yeah, there we go. Chinese balloon, but that's not what I'm after. Chinese balloon incident. I said airship, not balloon. So these are American ones with radars underneath. So it makes sense that the Chinese would have something similar. These ones haven't got motors on them though. They're sort of tethered and just raised up. That's a new high concept of a passenger airship. I reckon they should bring back airships, so it'd be fun. Instead of using ships on water. Might be a bit safer too, flying around in an airship when that meteorite comes down and blows up the earth. At least you're high up. Don't know if you'll survive it still though, but better being on the ground. Tidal waves and all that. This China floating military airship. Here we go. Here we got a picture of one. So it could be that. It's got solar cells on the top. Is that all the picture we got of it? And one on a tarmac, but looks like way down there. Kind of looks like the American ones, doesn't it? They call it an aerostat instead of an airship. Doesn't look like the same. That doesn't look like the same as this one up here, though. What's that say there? Concept. What's underneath? It's got little bits sticking out, so they must be motors. So I think it's something like that. And that's why it's still classified, right? So you only get the balloon like that with the stuff below. And we did have some images that looked like that. But again, it could be the back end of the airship with solar panels or sort of stuff hanging down. China is building airship army. Well, there you go. There's another one. Can't trust them. Take over the world. I think so. Smoke screen. Doesn't look like that would be very fast though. It's only got little motors on this thing here. That's the one you know about. What's the one with the jet engines on it? Hypersonic one. Now we need to see what that looks like in a flare, right? Whether it actually gives off heat or not. Because that's what I'm saying, you know, it might have hot spots on it that makes it completely look different on flare. They may have a special skin on it that sort of cloaks it or creates a false heat on it. But yeah, who knows? Aliens, it's a bit of a hard call. It's going to be something like that or something like that. Blimp. I wonder if you can put Chinese Airship on first. As if we're going to get military footage of what that looks like. But anyway, you never know. No fluid images. Because I do have like a special coating on these ones. Unlike the balloon ones. They charge the skin to make it fly faster or something. Yes, I'm not sure what else to look for there, but something you got to watch out for, I think. So yeah, let's just have a read what they said about it. Ooh, okay. I might just plug that into the reader, see if it copes with it. Since I've fixed that up now, it should work. I got the reader working again. Forever having to fix things, you know. And it reads PDFs again. Hopefully, anyway. I put a special add-on. Okay, read. Where is it? They've moved this around too. It's under more tools now.
Show. News. Contact. About.
At least it's
Shop.
talking.
Syria UAP 2021. January 31st, 2026. Investigative journalists Jeremy Corbell and George Knapp have obtained and are revealing, for the first time, military-filmed footage of a UAP, unidentified anomalous phenomena, officially documented and catalogued within United States intelligence community investigations and examinations as demonstrating instantaneous acceleration, one of the signature 6 observables associated with UAP flight performance. The official designation of UAP was established by the United States intelligence community and the Department of War. This designation is currently maintained. Date 2021. Location Syria/imaged from the border of Jordan, 32 degrees 5 minutes 39.2 seconds north, 36 degrees 53 minutes 54.4 seconds east. Imaging type thermographic/forward-looking infrared, FLIR. Platform MQ-9 Reaper/multispectral targeting system,
shit.
MTSB.
Sister's dogs are here.
Event description filmed by a platform operating under the direction of the United States Air Force. The UAP was observed and actively tracked.
Bloody
The
hell, I
Reaper
can't
established
hear.
a weapons quality lock. The UAP appeared to demonstrate abrupt directional changes, instantaneous acceleration, and intelligent control. Absence of traditional propulsion or thermal signatures during performance, as well as an examination of shape and acceleration, were noted in documentation. Origin, intent, and capabilities remain unknown. The 6 observables associated with UAP performance. Instantaneous acceleration. Objects change velocity or direction abruptly at rates far beyond human or known technological tolerances, e.g.,
So why
thousands
haven't
of
we seen any
gs,
evidence
no
of it?
visible propulsion or inertial effects. Hypersonic velocity without signatures. Sustained speeds above Mach 5, hypersonic, with no sonic booms, thermal signatures, heat plumes, or aerodynamic drag indicators. Low observability. Objects appear difficult to detect on radar. Cloaking/stealth-like properties, visually faint or partially transparent, despite being solid and maneuverable. Transmedium travel. Seamless movement between all domains, air, water, space/vacuum, or other, without
come we
performance
didn't
loss
see that
or
happen
visible
then?
transition effects, e.g., entering/exiting water at high speeds without decreased velocity or splash. Positive lift/anti-gravity, hovering, rapid maneuvers, or flight with no apparent wings, rotors, exhaust, or lift-generating surfaces, propulsion without visible means. Biological effects. Close proximity sometimes causes radiation-like symptoms, burns, disorientation, electromagnetic interference, or other unexplained physical health or neuropsychological effects on observers. Imaged from the border of Jordan, 32 degrees 5 minutes 39.2 seconds north, 36 degrees 53 minutes 54.4 seconds east. Highlighted clip. Full breakdown. Conclusion. We hope that this, and other soon-to-be-released materials will be representative of a unique moment in modern history. A turning point towards the rational and transparent approach of investigating and exploring the mystery of the UFO phenomenon, reducing stigma, and encouraging transparency on this enigmatic puzzle. No matter where UFOs are from, it is now openly admitted by our Department of War that they are appearing with an increased frequency worldwide. It's time to acknowledge the UFO problem, as this case reveals that incursions by UAP pose a significant challenge for our collective defense apparatus. Jeremy Kenyon.
It's China, I tell ya. It's Chinese aliens. Do we listen to these clowns?
Is this going to increase value into the conversation about
no
true UAP? And so we did.
Not thermal images are not going to do anything, mate.
We shared with you some really interesting footage that we were certain.
Is it interesting pixelized UFOs, which look like birds and balloons?
Was interesting.
I mean this sincerely, and I don't mean to be hyperbolic, but the footage, Jeremy, that you sent to me to review is on its face, simply on its face.
Is that Mavrik guy?
The most extraordinary footage I've ever seen.
Well, these guys are earheads, especially
spent
that
a lot of
guy.
Time looking at infrared videos and
okay, they look like spy planes, gliders or something
a lot
like
of
that.
geometrical analysis of these videos. Those 6 observables. There's one that it's in your face in this footage.
It's moseying along at whatever speed it is.
You can tell this guy's on drugs, right? Look at that. And that's someone that's been doing mushrooms or something,
Get a lock on it. Oh boy, we got a lock on it. And it realizes, oh, you got a lock on me. Here, follow this, dude. See ya.
This.
Yeah, you'd expect the Chinese to to be way ahead of the Americans in the drone technology. If they got the balloons up there already,
Is weaponized.
So that was the intro. That's the Mavrik guy, isn't it? He's always fighting McWest and saying stupid things. Where's his name tag? Okay.
Dive into the details, but we see an object lacking wings, flaps, control circuits.
Yeah, same image. I wonder why. What an idiot.
It's a fixed
oh, they're
structure.
talking about the birds. It's the birds.
Just some background. This area of Syria is Suwaida province, which has saw a lot of ISIS and jihadist activity. So it's
here's the new one.
The camera's knows how far.
Okay, they got. This is the thing they needed to take a graphic off. I see they've got that shot where it's got the bit underneath. Lock brackets, yeah, we sussed that one. Aircraft location, yeah, we knew that was GPS. Altitude, is it? Camera point and location. And elevation, altitude, laser status. What's that saying? Camera elevation. Above, below aircraft. So they can move the camera pod up and down, can they? North indicator, duh. Aircraft hidden. Yep. And zoom level, yep. Back. Black or white. Camera lock. So we saw that changed a bit where it was losing lock. So that's what it looked like it was zooming off. So this guy's probably not going to say that though.
Or down. In this case, it's 8 degrees down below the aircraft's nose. So it's looking, as you can see from the footage, we're looking down at the ground. This right here is an indicator of whether the object is locked.
So we sort of sussed that out ourselves. So it's clouds and land moving to the left in the video going. It's going that way, right?
Plenty of examples online of an MQ-9 display. Again, nothing classified. It's a perfect match with all this data. So I have very little doubt.
So we need to see like images of balloons and airships. So that looks like cloud, land, and then they zoom into it. Question though. What do decoy balloons look like?
More credibility, because that source described pretty much exactly what we saw in that video, and this is where my blood kind of begins to boil, because there's absolutely no reason for that footage to have been classified. It's not surprising that we were surveilling that part of rural Syria, 4 or 5.
Wouldn't it be classified? If it's a spy blimp or airship.
Exactly this video. That individual was quoted further in this article, and the individual basically says, the Pentagon and the intelligence community they're self-congratulatory. They're patting themselves on the back because, oh, gee whiz, they solved half of the UAP reports that have.
Well, they still need to do better. That's for sure. So, yeah, I'll post a link to that anyway. And you can go from there yourself. Syria footage. Syria leak. I don't think anyone else has done any analysis on it yet though. What's going on there? The robot kicked in at the same time. Did I miss anything here? Nope. Okay. Come on, CPU. Here we go, gang. I clicked it, I did. Okay, what's all the nuts down here say? Watch the full breakdown. We skimmed it. Well, I'd say this is more compelling than any other FLIR type video. Not really. So they reckon it's shot off there, but I think it lost lock and they just let it go. Confirmed by DOW. This is the first video of truly explicable actions. It activated the hyperdrive. So it's the same as like the other video, the Nimitz one, where he was flipping through the locks, so it's manually done. And then the camera loses track of it as he's switching. Keep going, Jeremy, you sucker. Don't give up. Keep leaking those videos of balloons. See, the comments are filled with stupidity as usual. Indeed, they should be following security. It was crystal clear with an alien hanging out the window. Yeah, right. Awesome FLIR video game, Jeremy. Keep up the great work. Keep up with the pixels. It's allowed itself to be tracked for a bit then. Exactly. This looks like one from Madonna. Oh, the painting, because it went all that sort of crazy biscuity thing on the outside. Mick West, that's a Mylar balloon that flew away. Mylar balloons, no. They don't sharpen infrared, not forward-looking infrared that way, apparently. Unless they've got a heat source. Latex, also with a heat source, can look like that. Balloons with some sort of solar panels that are hot, I guess is possible, because they're black, aren't they? So they try and absorb the sun. You know, those new flexible ones. So you'd expect if that was in the hot Middle East sun that they'd get hot. Black flexible solar panels for balloons. There you go. In stock, you can actually buy it. $20 American. You can buy them in New Zealand. And I suppose they could even be combined with a heating element that's flexible like that. Have a solar panel, then a strip of heating material, and then another strip of solar panels. So what else we got? Anything useful here? Unfortunately, the military will never show the actual high-risk image. Exactly. I haven't seen anything that fast since the 90s. I'm not sure why they're saying it's fast. Because it's moving with the plane. Like it's moving, looks like it's moving fast, but it's actually parallax, right? Optical illusion. Could be just moving with air currents. Now that's a go. Yeah, I'm not sure why they're saying it's a crazy speed. So, That's what I was going to look up. Did I mention anything about speed? Here we go. Wasn't any speed mentioned, was there? I didn't hear something because the dogs were woofing so loud. They get so excited when they come and see Nana. She gives them treats, I suppose. But anyway, yeah, nothing about. So if we go to this one here.
Now has more credibility because that source described pretty much exactly what we saw in that video, and this
I won't even pause.
This is where I
turn him into a black man. You racist out there, channel racist. That's what currently they're calling Trump. The stupidity online and X at the moment, it's just unbelievable. If the left get any dumber and triggered on nonsense, I think in the end it's going to be a civil war. But anyway, reset. It's got a little handy tool that, even though it needs a lot of work, you need to be able to move it out of the way. It needs to be floating. Yeah, transcript. Have we got one? Pushed the wrong button, have I? Transcript. Finally, there we go. So what's these nuts or experts say? Speed. Okay. So they're just doing a general thing there. And there's 10 references to speed. There we go. There's one that just in your face. It's moseying along at whatever speed. So that doesn't sound like fast, does it? 3. There's a lot of data where you can see the range and speed and all that. Yeah, but you got to allow for. You got to do the calculations, right? It doesn't say on the screen, oh, this object's doing this speed. You have to subtract it from the movement of the drone and camera movements. The speed with which this thing can appear to slip out of frame. So again, I think he's wrong there. I think it's a lock-in problem. Don't know what he's talking about. Reaper's kind of cruising Lortran speed. Credible. So not doing any calculations. To 50%. Okay. Let's slowing the video down so we know that. And they haven't actually specified the speed that's doing again. So there's nothing in that video, analysis wise. So yeah, we just have to look around. And see what the other experts online have said. There's dogs at my door. Go away. You're not allowed in. He's got a tail that goes back and forth like a boomerang. I don't know. It goes He's forever knocking things off tables, this big Dalmatian. He's like a big kid, I tell you. Yeah. There's no indication of speed on that. What's it say there? $41 miles per hour? I don't know. Horrible thing to try and suss out what all those numbers mean. Yeah, I think it just loses luck. Rate G. Then it goes to R point or something. So when it loses lock, it goes to, when it loses the handles around it, goes to rate G, and G will stand for ground. So the laser bounces off the ground there, look. So does it change the values over here so you can work out the altitude? I don't know, we need some people that understands it a bit better. But this guy goes into depth. And it is the Mavrik guy. And the latest, blah blah blah. Again, it's a lot of reading, isn't it? This guy knows how to talk. Look, this goes on and on and on. Let's see, read out some of it. I'm not going to try it with my eyes today, they're pretty bad. I don't know, it might not work here. And I'm not logged in, but might be able to read it. Hey.
Sign in to x.com with Google. Continue as the Out There channel. Post. The Paranormal Chris. At aerotech_space. New Syria UFO video explained. In the latest UFO video from Jeremy Corbell. At Jeremy Corbell. And George Knapp. At G_Knapp. It shows an object reportedly being tracked by an MQ-9 Reaper drone that instantaneously accelerates out of frame. What Corbell UAP and Mavrik, not an aviation expert, failed to report is this isn't a video of the object accelerating at unknown speeds, but most likely an error by the pilot/sensor operator or an issue of lag switching between sensors. In the top left corner of the video, you see the letters point and then right as the object seemingly takes a left turn and fades out the picture, the letters change to rate G, and the video looks like it switched the path it's tracking. Why is that important? Let's break down what point and rate G mean. Point, range point/relative point. This indicates that the targeting system is in a range point or relative point tracking mode. It tells the sensor operator that the camera is tracking a specific point on the ground relative to a fixed location, usually for laser range finding or designating a target for laser-guided munitions. Rate G, rate gain/rate gate. This refers to the tracking rate setting for the targeting sensor. It determines how fast the sensor camera moves or gates to keep up with a moving target. It is used to track moving vehicles or personnel, helping the camera lock onto a target while ignoring surrounding, slower-moving clutter.
So that's opposite to what I said then. So that G stands for gate, what looks for it. So one's for targeting objects on the ground, and the other one is for moving objects on the ground. That's what it sounds like.
Now, you notice that the moment the words switch in the top left, the object veers out of sight. This is most likely due to the switch in tracking/targeting modes. I'll explain why. Point is commonly used in navigation and loitering, where the autopilot holds the aircraft on a specific GPS point, track, or heading. It is a closed-loop navigation mode where the aircraft automatically corrects for wind to stay on a designated path. Rate G, the autopilot switches to a mode where pilot inputs command specific rates of movement, pitch rate, roll rate, and G-force, rather than a specific geographic point. This is often used for maneuvering, aggressive maneuvering, or when higher precision manual control is required over the aircraft's attitude rather than its position over the ground. Another example of this is the FLIR UFO video that was explained by Mick West. Another example of this is the FLIR UFO video that was explained by Mick West.
Where's it going?
At Mick West. With a similar issue. This is not a UFO, in the sense of it being. How does that affect the tracking process?
Weird.
Switching from point to rate G gives the aircrew direct control over the aircraft's attitude maneuvering capabilities, allowing for quicker changes in heading or altitude, whereas a point prioritizes precise, stable, and automated ground tracking. This is a in-cockpit, pilot-initiated, or system-automated change typically used to transition from, for example, a loiter to a dynamic, high-bank maneuver or when conducting specific, high-in-precision or high-G maneuvers. In summary, the transition from point to rate G changes the flight control system from hold this position/track to maneuver at this rate, providing the pilot with more responsive control over the aircraft's physical movement in space. It's during this slight transition period that the pilot most likely lost lock of the object and it veered out of view of the sensor, giving the appearance instantaneous acceleration. Another example of this is the FLIR UFO video that was explained by Mick West. At Mick West. With a similar issue. This is not a UFO, in the sense of it being alien or NHI in nature. Given that it's Syria and the documented abundance of drone and balloon activity, it's easy to presume the MQ-9 was tracking one of those objects and lost track at the switch of the sensor. Link to documented drone activity in Syria by the at the Warzone Wire. twz.com/news-features. 3:07 a.m. February 5th, 2020.
Alright, there you go. I did actually read it out alright. Yeah, so let's just have a look. I'll do another search here. Syria hostile drones. So what do they look like? Like that, I guess. That would be too small. That's a big one there. Close to it. So they got similar drones to America there. They probably buy them for America. And we got handheld glider type ones. There's one of those big off quad ones. Suspected drones over Russia. So that looks like the ones that are on the aircraft carrier with the funny wings. Does that look like something they had captured on that FLIR video? It looks like something above and below there. Looks too small though. See, I would expect that to look just like a circle blob in the middle. You would see maybe some flickering, and we didn't see any of that, so I still think it might have been a balloon rather than a drone. And those are the big ones with the missiles. A Reaper. That was what was following it and filming it. So it's remote controlled. So they were sending signals back and forth to it via satellite, I guess. And that's where it was losing lock. And you see that one's got a load of stuff underneath it. But I'd expect to see this in the video as well. I don't know, it's tricky. It's not enough pixels as usual. Okay, Syria, hostile, balloon decoys, maybe. A blow up plane. Of course, what we're after is probably classified. Blow up planes that look like planes on a runway. Yeah, not getting any of those, are we? Let's try decoys and blow up tank. Decoy tanks. That one's pretty good. Doesn't look like a balloon. Russia's inflatable decoy. Russia, like a missile launcher. There we go, it solves. That's what we're looking at. Yeah, what's that talking about there? Seems to be all sorts of crazy pictures added in there. Yeah, what's that one? Hypersonic balloon. Let's have a look at that one. Hypersonic balloon, more formally called the inflatable exo-atmospheric object. It was a recently decoy for nuclear warheads. JP Aerospace. How does that go to hypersonic? We've got some engine in the back of it here. Don't know. They also have a heating source. There you go. So could it have been something like that? I don't think so, but could be another design, of course. Yeah, so you never know what you find when you do a search. What else we got? So heads. Goose decoys. Now, it wouldn't be funny if they were filming that, you know. It turns out to be that was what they were filming, because it did have an odd shape like that with the bit coming out the side. Maybe even flipped upside down, so that was the top bit and this is a bit below. Yeah, so let's try balloon radar thermal decoys. Thermal decoys. Okay. What's that say there? Drone attacks Moscow. Doesn't look like a drone. So that's a radar reflector there. So that kind of looks like in the picture though, when you look at it, there was one stage where it was like a circle and a bit underneath. Fairly big radar decoy underneath it. It seems to change shapes too much though. I reckon still it could be something similar to that, but combination of that with that decoy thing underneath. See what else is around. Oh, here we go. So we've got these ones here, decoys on bridges. Radar reflector balloons. Yeah, so again, here's one with a payload underneath it with solar panels. Really high altitude one. That's what it took up there. It's fairly big. It shows you how big some of these balloons are. Anyway, didn't find anything there, but quite interesting. Some bits. Yeah, get back to that. So, was there anything else here? Yeah, the video shows the sensor mode switches. Let's have a look. And then it's too far away. But it doesn't change before it moves away though. But the square lock on the outside disappears, doesn't it? Although we can't see it very well. Squares on the outside still. Now it loses it. Bit hard to see, but so it's definitely going this direction still, isn't it? Going that way. Government couldn't care less. Do you think the UAP's apparent acceleration is due to a change in tracking mode you need to demonstrate? that the increase in the first ultra precise MGR's value slows when the object accelerates. I don't need to explain anything, it's broken down in my post. Go ahead and re-block me. Your arguments are terrible and you never concede when you've been wrong. The object does not accelerate, period. The object veers left and the switch from R point to rate G. The sensor operator or pilot takes control, allowing for quick changes in heading. Loses target. As clearly demonstrated in the video, it never accelerates songs, it just lost transition between tracking. The UAP, not the operator, breaks the lock. See below. If the camera is moving at the same rate, the rate of increase in the NGRS eastern value stays constant as the camera points north. Apparent rapid acceleration is not a product of change in camera tracking plan. Yeah, I see what he's saying. It doesn't change until it's a fair distance to there, and then it changes. But we don't know how fast it's going away. And that's the calculations we need, isn't it? I'm not sure how you get it from that display myself, but someone will know. By turning, not accelerating. Once the object turns, the pilot switches modes. Yeah, I did say it looked like it was rotating, didn't I? Before it took off. And we saw the end of it rather than the side of it. So yeah, we did actually go through all that. Kind of looked like an airship, then it rotated, and then it looked more like a balloon with something underneath. Which means the engines would have been pushing against it, flying further away. Because this is traveling in this direction, turns, and then that flies away. By turning, once the object turns, the pilot switches modes. The object is lost. It does not accelerate. Yeah, I'm not too sure on that, if he's right there. Seems to accelerate to there, and that's where it loses lock. And you can see the lock here, so there's, alright, bounces back to here. And once it loses lock there, it bounces back. I really hate these type of videos. Okay, the one is rate, is it? Without the G. Progressive is automatic when lock is broken. Background motion goes from lateral to diagonal. I think you'd have to do like a 3D map of it, like what Mick does with the psych rec stuff, or sit rec, or whatever it's called. How does the object with no wings propulsion too. Well, propellers. You ain't seeing the wings because they're so small. There's the unit underneath with the motors, right? So what's he saying here? Yeah, so they're drones. We've worked out the ones with the strange long wings on a runway. And you got fighter jets behind. But I'm not sure what he's saying that is. Is it saying one of these? Because it doesn't make any sense it would be one of those. That looked more like one of these with the long wings. That one there. You can see the wings going out there. So that will be the ones with the long wings. And that's another one with the long wings. What else we got? Oh, there's one with the long wings. Yep, that one's closer, better quality. Drone. They're saying that one there is a drone? Yeah, I suppose it could be. It's got the bit in the middle. I would have thought it would look more like a plane, one of the planes like that. So I'm not sure if that's correct or not, but yeah, it looks like he's got it cut off there. And this one here, he hasn't got anything for it. I say that's like a spy blimp balloon, whatever. Airship. Anyway, that's what we're going to get, I suppose. What do you say here? These are known drones, some filmed from much further away. All look like drones, wing visualized quadquater shape. Drones would also be hot. And so would airships. Especially with heated solar panels. That's kind of stupid. It's near a war zone. As if aliens are going to be flying around there. They wouldn't care. Appreciate the insight. What do you think the object actually was then? So he's saying balloon first or drone. But I think you have to roll out drone unless you call in the balloon a drone. A balloon drone. Link at the bottom. So he's got a post at the bottom of drones. Drones make 90 turns. So can an airship, and the shape can change, right? It can rotate. Especially if it's got a powerful tail fin motor. It switched 5 seconds after acceleration. Prove it. Okay, object does not accelerate. Yeah, I don't know about that. To me it looks like it does. And then it loses luck. They always leave out context to make the video seem more mysterious. I bet money every video that will ever be shown, you all have a reason why it's nothing all day, every day. That's not my fault. So in your own post you describe what it does, which still doesn't explain what it's completely disappeared. The tracking mode isn't like swapping a sensor. Yeah, but the thermal loses the object with the noise of the background, right? Just like that Ecuador one, where they say it goes into the water and it doesn't. It's just that it rotates around and the temperature changes and the camera calibration doesn't see it anymore. The target lock breaks before the switch though. The rest seems to match your explanation. So yeah, I guess it's caused a bit of a debate here. Corbell just can't seem to figure out their sources send them things that can be debunked because they can be debunked. Good explanation, but why bother? This is such a terrible video. Yep, all thermal ones are. Unless you got the HD video with it. I see the mode change, but it doesn't look like the object moving in the frame as a result of the sensor pointing. The background doesn't move suddenly, so compare the object motion relative to the ground. I thought you said there was pictures of drones on thermal, but I think this one's we looked at already, was it? I don't know. Anyway, moving on, I guess. And he also added here, quite ironic, that shortly after David Grusch gets a TS clearance, Jeremy Corbell starts releasing more military censored videos to the public. I'm sure it's just a coincidence. Lame videos at that. Yes, I've always said that David is Corbell's source, you know, and other people are starting to see the same. So yeah, better catch up on the side. Anyone on the side? The pups want to see their uncle. Oh, they did. They're trying to break through the door. They're such needy dogs. Her ex used to have them laying across their legs as puppies, and they just grew up expecting a human to be pulling on their long ears all day long. One's a German pointer, it's got long ears, and the other one's a Dalmatian crossed with a border collie. Super intelligent, very powerful dog. You need to be very strong to take him out for a walk, because if he sees a cat or anything, you'll be pulled along the ground. Apparently Dalmatians were used for fire dogs inside buildings, but also they used them to pull the water cuts back in the old days. Used to have a team of Dalmatian dogs, not horses. And then they could use it to try and figure out if anyone was in rooms in the house or after as well. Apparently you can't feed them beef as well. Beef is bad for them, which is kind of strange. How can beef be bad for you? Apparently does the joints and or something. Anyway, enough on dogs. Moving on back to the aliens. Yeah, Interstellar. This one just posts a lot of garbage, but anyway, he's posted out this thing on Joe Rogan, Dr. Michael P. Masters, whoever that is. Steven Spielberg has been part of a controlled UFO disclosure since the 70s. It's possible that they hired him not as disclosure but disinformation agent. It's more likely. Close Encounters of the Third Kind wasn't just a movie. It allegedly used subtle neuro-linguistic programming techniques. I didn't see that in the movie at all, but I saw a lot of UFO cases. Obviously, he did his research and used some of the best UFO cases out there and sort of made a mixture into one movie, like Mothership and little light orb craft flying around the roads, right? Now his new film Disclosure Day is set to release in 2026, which is this year, right as the topic is exploding. Hollywood helping roll out the truth. What do you think is really going on? So there's an interview there. I'm not sure if we can play a clip of it or not. You know what they're like.
I would love to talk to him. I wonder how much he knows.
Is that an accident? Was he fed some information? Was he a...
I remember he invited, was it Reagan or someone over to watch the movie at his place when it first was released? And he he said he leaned over to the president and said, we know this is not science fiction but fact, or something. He made some statement like that. What was the statement? He was trying to get a response from the president. Spiel. That was Reagan, wasn't it? Reagan time back then. Everybody liked Reagan. Let's see what comes up. AI kicked in after a 1984 White House screening of E.T. Oh, it was E.T., was it? Extraterrestrial. President Reagan told Spielberg, there is a number of people in this room who know that everything on that screen is absolutely true. Reagan reportedly said this without smiling, making a memorable, slightly surreal comment. Yeah. So maybe Reagan was briefed, because he was the one that wanted to start up the Star Wars program and made the comment that all the people fighting on the world over land might have to come together and defend the world itself against the external threat. So I reckon Reagan knew, right? That they have to create like a grid of lasers, know when objects pass through, right? To be able to track them. I think a lot of the technology the US has got, you know, for shooting down missiles and all that, has all come about because of Reagan. And it's quite fascinating, really, when you look at it.
part of disclosure the whole time? That's what I've always wondered.
I mean, what does that mean, right? Because there hasn't really been disclosure.
No, but it has to be a slow process too, right?
You think so?
No, you just put off the bandage. I don't think there'll be any disclosure. I still don't think. They're saying that president's speech has been leaked. I don't know if I had a copy of it here. For this October, is it? This year. He's going to give a speech about aliens. That some of the craft crashed and recover were with Russian or Chinese machines. It's the sort of thing Trump would do, though, just to scare the crap out of the Russians and Chinese, thinking, oh, he's got some super weapon from this crashed material that we've not got. You can just see this is sort of humor that Trump has. He's good at triggering people and scaring people like the leaders in Iran. But anyway, next bit, Skinwalker Ranch. So yeah, that'll be coming up for what, season 7? Probably in September, is it? No, it's not quite that late, is it? When did it show up last year? July? Yeah, July or June or something like that. Skinwalker Ranch. Scientist Eric Bard diddly presents new spooky evidence to Skinwalker Ranch owner Brandon Fugel. Captivated Fugel says, well, this is the first time I'm seeing this material. It was just normal rocks.
I've got something to show you.
Oh, please.
Okay.
Eric Bard then reveals brand new evidence he just found on the ranch. So new, Fugel hasn't even seen it yet.
This is the first time
You know, if you had evidence, why wouldn't you have gloves on? Because you contaminated it. So yeah, it's very suspect.
I'm seeing this material. This is...
It's the green rock.
It's a crystalline material.
Didn't they analyze it? Anyway, he reckons they did analyze it. Afterwards, I followed up a few times asking him about these rocks. They finally admitted it was just a selenite, one of the most common rocks on Earth. But they spun it as if they were always expected that, but that's not their reaction in the video. Certainly is identical to gypsum, which is normally white, isn't it? But it is harder crystalline form. It's very common, widely distributed material is its a variety of this gypsum, the most abundant of all sulfate materials found on every continent. It forms through the evaporation of ancient seas and saline lakes, whilst raw, fibrous gypsum often sold as selenite is abundant. Perfectly transparent and large crystal specimens are less common. But is it green? Let's find out. Because they were saying it was like around that UFO and it's meant to be buried, right? I suppose it comes in different colours. Yes, AI's kicked in. It can be green, although it's typically, oh, there's one that looks like multiple colours, so it's typically colourless or white. That one looks like it's got some red in it there. Soft green. Found in Australia, USA, Utah. Green coloration is caused by the inclusions of other materials, particularly copper. There we go. It can appear as a crystal clusters of fibrous. So if they use a metal detector, it's going to go crazy on it, would it? And we have to see what comes up on the show, because they've got the tubes in the ground now. So they'll probably be trying to do a magnetic field analysis on it. So, is it conductive? Conductive. So they could put a charge through the ground. It's not conductive electricity, is a electrical insulator. Okay. Even with copper. That's an excellent catch. It's logical to assume that if copper, one of the best conductors on Earth, is inside the crystal, it'd make it the whole thing conductive. However, even with copper inclusions, the crystal remains insulator. It's like water. Pure water is actually an insulator. But you often see on movies where you've got water on the ground and high voltage power lines are dropped onto it. The person steps in it and gets electrocuted. That's because the water would have to have impurities in it. Like salts or, dirt on the ground, on the concrete or soil or whatever. So this rock type was found Skinwalker Ranch, and said it was mysterious. Oh, I mistyped it. Who cares? Let's see what happens. You're likely thinking of the mysterious materials featured. While the show has found several green and conductive substances, they are usually different from standard selenite. Green jelly goo. The team found glycerinous green material in drilling spills that was described as mysterious because it appears to be organic or synthetic rather than a natural rock. Oh, that's right. So they were saying it was like an ancient swampland there that caught fire, probably after a meteorite impact or lightning strike or something. Conductive soil and rocks. Various experiments team identified highly conductive soil and black materials that triggered unusual readings. Suggesting the area could store energy. Engineered ceramics. They also discovered pieces of ceramic coating nickel. Cobalt behaved like superconductors, although we found that there was sort of trick line about that. There wasn't really any hard proof that it was a superconductor. It's just that Travis was acting. Materials that can conduct electricity with zero resistance at room temperature, which is physically impossible. Gypsum connection. So while natural greens don't exist, the mysterious green stuff at Skinwalker Ranch is usually described as a mere jelly-like substance or a highly conductive engineered material rather than a simple crystal. Said the goo said to be ancient swamp that caught fire. Well, they do. Swamps produce methane, so lightning strike or some spark would cause it to burn. That's where the swamp gas thing comes from. Fire. Let's see if it agrees. The green slime or goo found during drilling. Yeah, so just repeating the same stuff. Clay-like, cool, yeah. Yeah, all set. Getting like a half a picture here. Alright, it's looking at Ancient Pete, is it? It was something natural, just act on by the rich energy. Yeah, we're not getting into that anyway, but yeah. And I said pure green rocks, like that Black Adder episode. This one here. Remember that one? Are you Black Adder fans? That was a hilarious show, I thought. Purest green. And he goes, oh god. He was meant to be Walter Riley, wasn't he? Blackadder. Broderick. What was this guy? I can't remember his name. He started wearing this green stuff around his neck. I don't think it was a greenstone like the Marys have, but it looked like it was radioactive actually, because it looked like it's glowing green, their faces. They actually got 2 loves on it, so people agreed it was funny. I don't know, did that series air in America? It was very popular in New Zealand and Australia, and UK of course. What's the next one? Green Streak, Peter Thimmel, Associate. GC Michels is doing a ticketed speaking tour. Money, money, money! About UFOs, consciousness, and various conspiracy theories. All attendees will have to secure their phones and devices inside a locked magnetic pouch for the duration of the event. Really? GC Michels, eh? Special pouch that blocks the signals to it, and it's got a padlock, is it? Crazy. If you like to pay money to have your phone confiscated and your head filled with nonsense, here's the link. Money, money, money. Yeah, we didn't want you tweeting during our show. Why are you taking the phones? So they can't photograph. So then people can then take it to McWest and say, oh look, they're showing crop circles. That's what it'll be about. Probably stop people recording it and upload it. This is what I just said. And spoiling it for the other people. Well, if they start taking it on the road to other states, right? That'd be like that American Ghost Hunter one that did the 2-minute clip of the alien standing in the doorway, right? And milking it for as much money as possible. So, entertainment. Bruh, are you serious? I ain't giving my shit to nobody. After paying money for a ticket, dude, if someone is going to post text, record audio or video discreetly, they're going to do it. Get absolutely bent. Yeah, it'd be like a hidden camera that they wouldn't even know. You can get cameras that look like buttons. This has got to be one of the dumbest posts I've ever seen in a while. So, it looks like it triggered a few people. Anyway. And the next thing. Unbelievable. Alright, this is pretty good. I'll go full screen for this one. Before I do so, anything on comments? Nope. There's nothing new there, I don't think. They're not pups, by the way. One's 8 and the other one's 10, and they should know better. We used to call our dog Charlie Roo, and he ended up with the name Maxy Moo, because his name's Max, and he's got these blotchy spots on him. Looks like one of those Frisian cows, you know, the black and white cows. So we called him Maxy Moo. He kind of likes the name, actually. You've seen pictures of him. He's on my shorts here somewhere. Maxy Moo. Max. Here we go. There he is. He just hounds you to death to kick a ball outside, right? He makes a hell of a lot of noise. He needs a lot more training. He wasn't any good like Charlie. So that's what you heard outside the door.
Where's all the other dogs? Why you want to play and no one else does? Drop it. Go!
Oh, he's got so much energy. So I suppose he was 9 there. There you go. It looks like Maxy Moo. It's hard to believe he's only part Dalmatian though. I think Charlie shows up. There's Charlie. There's Charlie Roo. We don't have him anymore. We'll miss him.
He gets his way.
The 2 black ears.
Charlie's too old to play. Drop it.
Poor guy's got lipomas all over him. On his leg. It makes it really hard for running. Look at him. Crazy dog. I tell you what, if anyone snuck into a house, they're going to crap themselves anyway. Anyway, back to UFOs. I suppose Sophie would have heard him woofing. Sophie apparently was watching our weekend show last weekend. Now she's a space-time expert. So what happens when you go away in 3 weeks to see the concert, Liz? Do you leave her on the couch with the TV going, or what? Have her watching all the out there episodes, just running non-stop. She'll know. She'll be like the UFO dog that knows more than the average Tyler fan. Alright, next thing. This dude is clueless. As if Trump did it. Laugh out loud, moron. Yeah, this good trouble show. He's just a stupid anti-Trumper lefty guy. Can't stand him. I'll go full screen. And of course he's got triggered by the thing that Trump put out. Well, he didn't actually put it out. His admin staff did. They made a video about all the election rigging, right? And at the end, someone put like a 2-second clip from another AI funny thing where they put faces on various animals. And of course, Obama was put on a monkey, and so was Biden. But they only showed the Obama clip at the end. So everybody's saying, oh, Trump's racist, when it had nothing to do with Trump. So if you've not heard anything about that yet, then you're living in the dark. But yeah, this guy is just a complete moron. I don't know, he reminds me of that other moron that lives in Australia, which is called the Prime Minister of Australia. Looks just like him. Looks creepy looking.
Hey folks, Matt Ford here from the Good Troubleshooter.
Now, all he is meant to be a lighting specialist for stage lighting. That's what meant to be his main job, and he's now grifted in ufology, interviewing all sorts of grifters and ruining the field even more. He needs to get the hell out and go back to doing his lighting. So he's posted here, the President of the United States posted racist content about Obama's on Truth Social. Which is not true. Trump didn't post it. Wants us to believe it's just Lion King and King of the Jungle reference. But it was actually 99.5% all about how corrupt the left are and how they've been caught out finally with all the rigging stuff, which I said they did do. Finally I'm being vindicated as well, that I was right all along. Trump should have won that with a landslide even back then. When even Senator Tim Scott says that backtrack post is racism, which is bullshit. Because everybody comes from a monkey, right? So, you know, it's like they haven't read the Darwin science reports about man coming from a generation of apes, right? But I think we broke off into three. There was the gorillas type dark skin apes, and then the chimpanzee type things, a bit like Planet of the Apes. And then you had the orangutans and the other smaller type species. So I reckon they formed into Chinese, those ones, with the orangutan branch, and I think the chimpanzees branches into the white generation type, and the other one with the gorilla ape, bigger creatures, thicker bones, like Aborigines have really thick skulls. They branched onto that side of things, you know, as well. And then there may have been a mixed match, you know, branches where that intermingled and created other evolution paths, right? But anyway, we all know we come from monkeys, so simply putting a face on a monkey body because he's a black man doesn't mean it's racist, because in the video there's plenty of other monkeys with other people's faces that weren't black on it, you know. It's kind of stupid, really. But anyway, it just shows you that guy's just a bad reporter, just a cut and paste journalist. Yeah, so yeah, I was going to play this one, but we got sidetracked on something else, was it? This is quite good. This is SpaceX, by the way, testing out the Starship. I'll just play it. It's quite clever. Okay, we got some music. How do we get rid of that sucker? Okay, let's just play it. Here it comes. Now, what happened there? Looks like he ejected something. That looks like a balloon up here. There you go. It's this Chinese spy balloon. So they got a blimp up there, have they? Let's just go back on that if we can. Something happened there. And it looks like it's rotated around. You can see the fins, is it? How can we get back to playing the stove? Stupid format of a video. I'll just zoom in. So, what's all this here? Is that where it went up? They only did like a short test run or something. Definitely looks like a aerostat balloon there, doesn't it? Probably got all the cameras so they can get a closer view of it. Now, what happened there, I don't know. Looks like it fires some bits off. I didn't see it rotate. So it's already coming backwards already. Cigar UFO. That's what it looks like, doesn't it? Slowing down. Almost looks like it catches fire there, doesn't it? Now they're going to grab it with a robot arm. Obviously someone's filming this on a phone. All over the place. Yeah, so I thought that was kind of interesting. So yeah, if someone saw that in the sky, they wouldn't know it was SpaceX. So it looks like they are getting closer and closer to get it out in space and land on the moon, right? And then Mars. But was it JD said that apparently it's harder getting back to Earth than it is going to Mars? Let's just run that through AI. Is it true it's harder for spaceship to fly from Mars to Earth? AI kicking probably. It's technically not harder for a spaceship to travel from Mars to Earth, but it is much more complicated from a logistical operational standpoint with current technology. Confusion stems from the difference between leaving a planet's gravity well, which is easier for Mars, and the logistical requirements of returning, which is harder. Why Mars to Earth is easier: physics, energy, lower escape velocity, thin atmosphere, falling downhill. Going from Mars to Earth is essentially moving from a higher orbital energy state to a lower one. So it's like atoms. While Mars to Earth is harder. Fuel production, which apparently Elon's going to be using lots of solar panels that probably fold outwards, probably have robots doing it. That's why he's working on the robots as well, right? And using the electricity to suck in the carbon, CO2 in the air. We've got dry ice there, remember? It runs down the hills. And converts into methane. You have to get Mars with enough fuel to take off or produce fuel. Creating methane and oxygen from the Martian environment. Yep. Return windows. Just like going to Mars, you can only return during Pacific launch windows roughly every 26 months. Wow. So you're there for... So once you go to Mars, you're stuck there for 26 months. When the planets are aligned, meaning if you miss the window, you're stuck there for 2 years. So you're going to need lots of food with you, aren't you? Or you have to grow it. Equipment degradation. The spacecraft must survive landing on Mars. Re-entry speed. The return craft will be traveling faster relative to Earth, resulting in a hotter, more increased re-entry. Well, there you go. So that's why Elon's got to do a lot of testing, and NASA, and we're using new materials, new fuels, and the craft are lighter but can take more payloads. Obviously, the craft are lighter but can take more payloads. And the craft are lighter but can take more payloads. And the craft are lighter but can take more payloads. And the craft are lighter but can take more payloads. And the craft are lighter but can take more payloads. And the craft are lighter but can take more payloads. And the craft are lighter but can take more payloads. And the craft are lighter but can take more payloads. And the craft are lighter but can take more payloads. And the craft are lighter but can take more payloads. And the craft are lighter but can take more payloads. And the craft are lighter but can take more payloads. And the craft are lighter but can take more payloads. And the craft are lighter but can take more payloads. And the craft are lighter but can take more payloads. And the craft are lighter but can take more payloads. And the craft are lighter but can take more payloads. And the craft are lighter but can take more payloads. And the craft are lighter but can take more payloads. Sounds like it's going to have to be done in steps, right? They probably have to set up like remote stations, you know, with water, extra water or food in case of some disaster, right? So they need to have like warehouse and distant orbits planes that they keep topping up with remote robot craft with food supplies, right? And also on the moon. The moon makes the easiest going from the moon to Mars and Mars to the moon back, and then from moon to Earth. So yeah. Okay. When is likely Starship will land on moon? Based on updated schedules from late 2025, which is past, and early 2026, SpaceX is targeting an uncrewed spaceship lunar lander as early as June 2027. A crew landing on NASA's Artemis 3 mission is now projected for no earlier than September 2028. Key orbital refueling tests scheduled. So still lots to test, lots to do. And I wonder what the flat earthers are going to do when all that happens. They'll come up with some new fake stuff, right? How are we going for time? It seems to be taking ages on this stuff. But it's been worth doing it. Matt Ford sounds like a moron. Yeah, he is. Go and listen to some of the stuff he's done. Sophie heard Maxy Moo. Her Uncle Pete will be staying with her. Ah, dog sitter. That always helps to have a dog sitter. Yeah, my sister had a boy staying with him, but he took off. I didn't like being clean. Yeah, he'd leave all the dishes piled up for her to do or whatever after cooking. I don't know, her kids are a wee bit strange. I think maybe all kids are strange nowadays. In my day, I had to mow the lawns, even though later on I got hay fever. In the end, it was just too painful for my eyes to keep on doing it. But we got pocket money from doing it, you know. Her kids, I don't think have ever mowed a lawn. Not for her anyway. So yeah, she didn't have control of them at all. Kids are very sport lazy. Just want to sit on the internet and play games all day. In my time, we didn't have anything like that. After school, we went on our bikes and started biking all around the place. It kept us healthy. We'd even bike to there was a like a refuge, or what do you call it, trash pit, where they dig out a load of gravel to build houses, and eventually they fill it back in with home waste, and then they top it off to let it rot forever. Yeah, we used to go there, see if we could find anything that someone's thrown around that we could play with or whatever. One day we found a load of porn magazines. And all the guys are going crazy for it. And then eventually they got spotted by a guy driving a tractor and he chased them off. And we all took off. That was funny that day. I shouldn't have confessed. But yeah, it's all filled in now. You wouldn't know it was a dump there anyway. I think they probably even built houses on it now. Generally, that's what they do, isn't it? Anyway, what else we got here? ThirdPhase. I was going to look at what the time is. 2.5 hours. Yeah. What is this one? I have to go full screen. It's one of those long ones again. Oh, over there. That's changed it, hasn't it? Let me just reload it, just to make sure. Alright. This video. Okay. So what do you think it is?
Oh my gosh. Did you see that? Yes, what is that?
I work with...
He's a bit like a Mickey Mouse, this guy. Yeah. Was it Open Minds?
It's a free Enigma UFO reporting app examining videos, and I like to share my favorites with you all. Last week we received several reports of this amazing...
Well, when I saw that, I thought, oh yeah, it just looks like the video we just saw with the Starship landing, right? Where it blows off a bit and reverses the engine and comes down. Makes a nice little ring there,
burst of light in the night sky. A hazy glowing object appears to emit a huge burst of energy. Over the years, we've received...
Well, you can see the flame coming out the thing, so yeah, it creates a nice pattern at night time, doesn't it?
Received tons of these videos. It looks straight out of a sci-fi show, but it isn't. I decided to do this quick short to explain what it is. These sightings always correspond with SpaceX launches. Some may ask...
Yeah, it shouldn't be a mystery to anyone in America.
Ask if that's the case, why are they seen all over the world? That's because it's...
That's because Elon's got landing pads all over the world.
The spacecraft deploying the Starlink satellites. To prepare for re-entry into the atmosphere, these spacecraft expel their leftover gas for safety reasons. They also turn around and do a...
So that was the explosion we saw in the other video where it goes whoosh and you see all the gas come out. So that must be where it releases all the gas, or the gas it doesn't need.
Short burst of their engines in order to slow down. I can't be sure which maneuver this is, but I think it's the slowdown burst. Last week's...
Of course it is. You can see the flame out of it.
videos were captured a bit more than an hour after launch.
It's trying to change angle to vertical there.
It takes a spacecraft about 90 minutes to circle the planet, making the timing about right for it to be over the southwest when this took place. Any rocket scientists or other enthusiasts that have more information to add, please let us know in the comments.
Of course, that's going to be in all the show channels saying it's a UFO. But yeah. Speaking of which, MUFON is one of the places that get all these crappy videos now. So, crop circles was coming up, wasn't it? So here you go. You got a collection of their best reports. Episode 3. Since we can't access their stupid database anymore because they screwed it up and changed permissions, and they got rid of the guy that was doing the UFO stalker because he broke privacy agreement. We can't then analyze them ourselves anymore unless you pay a monthly prescription to the database, which I'm not going to do. I think it's like $29 US or something ridiculous. $60 a month, New Zealand, get stuffed. Anyway, we'll just play this and go through it.
Access granted.
I thought they were so pathetic, these videos, but anyway, we'll just go through it. Sounds a bit loud, let me just adjust it. Stupid animation.
This one for Louisiana witnesses that were...
I don't think she's a really pretty woman either. Yeah.
On December 8, 2025, upon awakening, notice...
She's got a funny voice. She looks like someone that should have a deep voice.
a bright white light in the sky moving up.
There you go, same video as what we just saw on Enigma. So they send it to MUFON and Enigma.
Above the tree line, the white light or orb-shaped craft would disappear.
And she's only talking in the right ear on my headset here, so terrible audio.
To notice another light craft flying in tandem appearing. Take a look at the footage we have on this.
Oh shit. Oh shit, what is that? Normally the other object is normally where it has the boosters coming down separately. Depends if it's a Falcon 9 or a Starship landing, right?
What the?
Well, that's definitely Starship there, or at least SpaceX at launch anyway. I wonder what it is.
Case 145042, a Washington witness at Clark on November 15th.
I don't know. I always thought she might have been trans myself anyway.
8:15 p.m. observed 3 bright lights rotating.
This is another stupid one. 3 bright lights, but it's actually more, I think.
In a circular formation that in nature, the witness
4 there.
looked out of place. Suddenly, a 4th light appeared. The light stayed stationary.
Yeah, so what do you reckon they are? Just looking at the photograph without actually looking at the video. Certain type of spacing between the lights. Look like the white to red in colour. And if you look really closely at them, looks like they've got a smoke trail coming off that one there. Red, orange. Of course, atmospherics changes the colours, not necessarily the lights itself. Going through crystals, it can refract the light differently.
Looked out of place. Suddenly,
Military flares, parachutes, right?
Light appeared. The light stayed stationary for about 30 seconds, at which time the lights
30 seconds and then they disappeared, right? So there's short burn flares for missiles, right?
moved in unison into a triangle formation. Here's the footage we have on this.
And it's nothing like what she just said. It just looks like flares being dropped. Can't see the plane, but they're being dropped. There you go. Another one. And then they eventually will go out because they're flares. So stupid. As we're going out. Because that one got a bit of a gust of wind at a different level. Ah, plane.
Case 1455.
So that looked like floating flares, right? I wonder if you can see the plane on it. The plane would be a couple of pixels, probably. Now let's put right through some filters so we can do that, can't we? Let's see, there might be just a little speck of light there. Look at the light pollution there and there. Did we see that one? Certainly seeing more in it now. Stupid thing's not working properly. Oh, there's that plane coming. Oh, a helicopter, is it? Let's go back a bit.
Fourth light appeared. The light triangle formed into a triangle formation. Here's
A
the
triangle. You can see the smoke coming off it now. Cloud cover there. Plane should have been that. You can see them flickering now. See the flickering flares? These ones look like they're closer than that one. That one looks like it's further back. You can even hear the plane in the background in that video. Oh, there it is, helicopter. It was coming there. It's probably that dropped it. Probably a helicopter.
Case 145571. An Oregon witness at Portland on December 28, 2025 observed out of a bedroom window a round-shaped red and alternating white flashing light moving in the sky. It stayed stationary for a bit and then suddenly moved erratically over a 2-minute period. The orb-like light or craft appears to also brightly beam up at certain times. Take a look at the footage we have on this.
Oh no, we got some music. Did MUFON edit? If they did, they should be slapped. Doodly, doodly, doodly. The aliens are coming. Dum da da dum da da dum. Can't keep the camera still, can we? Did I see some red then? Out of focus the whole time? Do 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 do. Some definitely red there. Looks like some blue as well. LED lights or something. Kind of think that could be a planet, you know. It looks like could it be Venus? Is it actually moving? Have we got any reference point? It could be a satellite, of course. Ah, right, it's flaring up. You know, that's a flare. So that's got to be a satellite, right? And the movement is the cameraman moving around. Red, blue, white. Don't think it's a plane, but it's a bit hard to tell. It could be a fair distance. Satellite plane, satellite plane. So you'd have to check the apps. Stupid sound. Oh god, it's Chinese. Ah! I'm singing on it.
UFO hunting employing Dr. Stephen Greer's CE5 protocol.
You shouldn't be promoting that shill, you idiots.
After playing sounds and meditating, they noticed a star-like orb-like
Meditating and banging their drums. Alright, here we go.
light suddenly moving erratically through the sky.
Straight away, what do you think it is? I would say it's an LED kite with some sort of pattern lit up with blue and white LEDs at the moment. But yeah, let's have a look.
While changing shapes and colors, the light object
Does sound like a kite, LED kite.
that then had turned square. Suddenly, it had a glow.
Haven't seen a square one though, but it can be programmed, can't it? Let's see, lead kite. Square. Let's see what comes up with that. Okay. So it's that circle radiant one. Square one. I don't know if I've ever seen a square one, but should be doable. What's that one there? String lights. Tiny square LED programmable. So you could put that on a kite, couldn't you? Any color you want, any shape you want. There you go. And you can have as many as you want on it. Depends how big the kite is, of course. Yeah, nothing come up though. Apart from that there, gives us sort of a clue. Might be something new, you see. Some new design that's out. How do we get back to images, videos? Oh, push the wrong button. Damn it. Why is soon not working? Finally. Just ran a bit slow. Probably have to watch these, you know. 3 square airplane Delta lead kites. Jellyfish type thing. Dogs. Lead kites. 8x8x8 3D lead cube. That sounds interesting, but it's not a kite. Triangles. Let's have a quick look at that. Yeah, triangle. Strange shaped ones. Well, I think a square is doable, definitely. Clever square kites on needles. Yeah, too ancient. Trio bites. octopi. Yeah, that's pretty cool, that one. I've played that one a few times. Again, I haven't seen any that's square, I don't think. Yeah, I forgot I put stupid music on it. Now... Aha, there's that one. Where's the rotor? Pretty cool. That one's pretty cool. Heart shapes. All the complex patterns they can do. Rotating crab or something, is it? Now, is that one square or triangle? Where's it gone? There it is. It's not quite a triangle, is it? Happens so quick. That was there, so let's see, step it back. There it is. Yeah, it's not a triangle. Sort of a square, but they haven't got the lights right for what we're after. Those strings, see that? It's all RC controlled with a, it's got a propeller on the front. Unfortunately you won't hear it because they've got music. Butterflies. That's another thing it could be. It could be a high mast light. Like these ones are square high mast lights. So I could be filming on a mountainside. Whoa, look at that one. All the strings on that one. That one's actually got strings. You can see the strings. That one's got lots of tails. Yeah, so it could be even high mast light. Let's go back to it and have a look again. Let's see how it moves.
Off of it, this translucent pulsating purple light mixed with blue and green.
This is meant to be MUFON, guys. This is this trying to get the suckers that watch all those other clown channels out there to watch them as well.
The witness watched the object for at least 10 minutes.
Okay, let's go on. It's a train. It's a plane. No. It's either a kite, lead kite, or a high mast light. So what's moving? Camera? Man? Could well be, eh? Zooming all over the place. Do you see it? I'm hoaxing this. Send it to MUFON.
Where?
It's weird. Can you hear what he's saying?
It's square.
Someone's laughing at him. You idiot. What are you doing? Sounds like it might be in a park even. People laughing. I don't know, it could be a high muscle, it could be a kite. It's not we got no reference point. I think he's moving the camera all over the place and zooming in and out. But that's so ridiculous. That's what's coming out on MUFON lately. Next thing. So they put out this crap here about the crop circle. Looks like a very old video where that's been presented on one of those head-up displays that they do in the old presentations, and they just filmed it rather than doing it like a stream and getting high quality. But yeah, let's see if it plays from where I left.
Good information. And
so we'll just listen to a bit of it here under fair use and talk about it.
British scientists tried to replicate this.
Was it not HD quality? It's only 720, that's why.
Yes, and the only
I didn't realize how bad 720p is, but it's pretty bad. Can you even read the writing? A lot of my videos were done with 720 because that's all my laptop could handle. Now I wish I'd done it all in 1080 because there was a lot of good old episodes we did that should really need to be redone with better quality. But yeah, we got better with time and technology. No changes. Now we've been through the crop circle stuff before, right? About the node here that bursts out and allows the stalks to be easily bent. And they said it was done by microwave. But as you know, me being a bit of a scientist and reading up on things, I think that can be done with simple tool that you could carry around in your backpack called a steam wand or a microwave wand or even a combo. A magnetron's not that big, you know, it's in a microwave, it's only like a size of a couple of hands, and you can run it quite happily off you know, 12 volt motorbike gel battery in the backpack. They're not too heavy, and you could even use like a windscreen wiper water pump to pump through water through a rod that you have a coil around to heat up the water into instant heated steam. And what happens is you heat up the stalks here, because they're normally dry, right, bone dry, and there's a little bit of moisture that's in the nodes of the wheat, and when you super heat it with either microwave or a steam wand, it explodes because it gets hotter inside, and a bit like when you cook food in the microwave, like a sausage. You put a sausage in a microwave and you don't prick it with a fork, it suddenly explodes, right, because that steam builds up in the sausage, and it has like the artificial gelatine membrane around the outside they use, and eventually it pops at the ends of the sausage. Well, it's exactly the same as what's happening here. So they're saying aliens are doing that, but it could easily be humans doing it, right?
The way they could actually do it is by taking stalks of the grain, still growing, digging up the soil, and putting them inside a microwave oven. And when
no, or you bring the microwave oven to the field, which is the most common sense, you dickhead. That's a scientist. I don't know if he's a PhD.
They microwave them.
So that's the difference when you got someone like me that knows electronics, has dabbled in electronics, has invented things, and also computer scientist. Jack of all trades makes you better able to figure out how you would get around doing this. So basically, you really want to do it on an RV, right, with a laptop on the steering wheel, linked up to GPS, have maybe an antenna on the front or the back of the TV, have water tanks either side, and maybe a microwave magnetron on the back, that fires uses a waveguide to go down to the wand, where it could be connected to the bike, which you lower down like wings either side, but like a lawnmower, and it will simply, the laptop will just simply fire off the microwaves and have like some sort of a roller. You know, some of these lawnmowers have rollers. You can simply just, it could fire a steam burst, a microwave burst, and then a roller, and that just flattens the ball, and it could just drive around and it builds the pattern that's based in the laptop. Using an electric RV, which you wouldn't hear, and it could do it silently overnight very quickly. Now, in the early stages, they just stomped it and broke some of the stalks, right? But then I think someone figured out, like I did here, talking about making up a wand system. If you heat it up very quickly, and you can bend it very quickly, and you can actually do it in a way where it can get layered in patterns. Because in some of the crop circles, they have like it's been braided like ponytails, like hair, into rings and stuff like that. It's less common, I think, though. That could be done with a tool quite easily, where you slide like a grid, head of a grid down that has the steam and piping that shoots out on the sides and makes it easy to bend, and you can just twist it in a way that it automatically weaves it like a sewing machine, right? So you don't need lots of people to do it, right? But this guy's going to go on about it all here. And he also talks about the soil changes. Again, if you use a microwave wand, that would heat up the crystals in the soil, microcrystals, and change the properties of the crystals. So the soil could eventually be altered, killing the bacteria of the microwaves, but also could change the crystalline stuff in the soil so it holds more water. Because they talk about years later, the crop circle keeps showing up because the wheat grows faster where the crop circle was. So it kind of suggests that there's some sort of microwave being used, I'd say. So it's more likely a combination of microwave and steam wand.
The teeny tiny amount of water that would be in the stalk would start to boil, and it would make the stalk flop over what's called its nodal point and grow sideways. Now, they could do that in tiny amounts inside a microwave oven, but how would you ever do that over multiple football fields in and out?
So if you got money, let's go and build one, and let's just put it to the test.
Actual farm field. What a lot of people also don't realize, everybody, it's not just the grains being laid down. They're essentially laid down and then interwoven together.
So again, that could be done in a way that something on an RV could do that, roll it along, and the way it fires the microwave. Left, right, left, right, left, right, and then it folds it down. It's not actually weaving into a ponytail as such. There's this one bit with another bit falls down and layers it
in a quote-unquote real crop circle. So here's just a sampling of some of them up close from above from electronic equipment that
Now these ones are a bit more complicated, right? You can see that they've been twisted together. A person could do that, you know. So while the person's driving around the RV making the bigger thing, someone could just be sitting down weaving little nodes of it together there, just for some added effect.
Luckily didn't get fried. And you can see the intricacy here, ERT team. Some of these are actually woven together like a bushel basket. And to me, you could have hundreds of people sitting there in the field for days straight trying to weave these together. They could never make it look like this. All
you need is like a simple tool like I was talking about. Something to have to be built and tested. Of course, someone out there will know exactly how it's done. And they're not letting on, right? They don't want to let the Trade secrets out.
A lot of the stalks would get broken and they'd totally get caught. Now, get one last look at this picture, because a lot of times people ask, well, it looks pretty awesome, but if extraterrestrials are really so altruistic,
why are they weaving?
isn't that kind of a shame that it destroys the farmer's field in the process? Well, let me tell you, it does just the opposite. In these real crop circles, everybody, the area affected by the crop circle.
Well, it destroys the crop that is bent over, obviously. Combine harvester's not going to grab it properly. He's talking about how it super grows back here.
Actually acts like a super fertilizer, and then ghost images appear. Let me give you an example. If you look down here at the bottom, this crop circle was made in July 29.
Okay, so you can just ask AI. Microwaving. So can boost super grown later. I'm not sure how to word it, but we'll just try that. AI didn't kick in straight away, but let's just click on AI mode. There you go. Microwave soil can indeed boost plant growth, but not through magic radiation. Instead, it works in a form of thermal soil sanitation, much like pasteurization. How it boosts growth. Nutrient release. High energy microwave treatment can release nitrogen and organic phosphorus and dissolve organic carbon from the soil, making these nutrients more accessible to plants. Eliminating competition effectively kills off weed seeds, okay, and pathogens. Selective survival. Unlike chemical fungants, microwaves don't always fully sterilize the soil. They often favor beneficial microbes. There you go. Increase yields. In controlled trials, microwave treatment soils has shown significant increase in plant height. Someone that knows this has created some sort of wand for making crop circles and knows all this. How do it properly? Moisten the soil. Use a safe container. Target temperature. Cool before use. Always let the soil return to room temperature. Okay. So obviously they're doing something like that instead of using fertilizers. Or maybe using a combination of various ingredients like nitrogen. But there you go. It doesn't take long to use AI now to figure out the stuff that we used to have to search and read lots of pages.
19 in England. And then 3 months later, late October, when the whole rest of the British countryside had already morphed into different shades of brown and gray, you can see it was still growing vigorously. Or this crop circle, which appears to almost show 2 dolphins around what looks like a solar system. The following year, the next planting season.
Yeah, so, yeah.
Doesn't hurt things. But either because of power or because of control, nobody's paying attention. From my...
Now, that one there we just saw, I'm pretty sure the crop circle makers confessed to making that one. And actually took video of them making that one with the circles.
Constant of pi. Let me...
Anyway, I already posted some of what we just did down here. Tools to week can be made too. Looks like they deleted my other comment though. I had another comment there, but yeah, I talked about here. Microwaving quartz and soil does not transform the quartz itself into fertilizer, as quartz is chemically inert and does not contain essential plant nutrients. However, the process of microwaving soil containing quartz can indirectly enhance fertilizer through thermal and mechanical efforts. There you go. Now, there's a lot more posted there, but I was censored, which is typical of someone like MUFON channel. But there you go. I'll post a link to it and you can have a watch of that if you want to. But as I'm telling you, it's nothing to do with aliens. Crop circles are easily explained. Just need to understand a bit of science. How many people will get out there? If you enjoyed the show so far, do hit a like. So it tells other people that you enjoyed what's going on. Was it not? I have to refresh it, but looks what. See what Pild's got to offer. There we go. It should come up in a minute. Any comments on this meantime? The scientist is full of fertilizer. Yeah. Is the scientist smoking crack? Who would dig up stalks? Yeah, exactly. You do it. You'd figure out a device to take it to the field, right? So, it's just a matter of piecing it together, really. I don't know if you've ever seen the smoke machines they use in discos where it blows out a lot of white smoke. Well, the chemical they use is actually mostly vegetable oil. When you superheat vegetable oil, it turns into this white vapor stuff, and you can add scents to it and whatnot. And it just dries, creates like a... The way it's done, it dries like dust in the end, and you can just get rid of it with vacuum cleaner and stuff, right? If you don't have the right temperature, it makes everything oily though. But like if you've been doing lots of frying chips in a pan, right? So yeah, want to draw. Which one's the draw one? That one? No, this magic one. There's the draw. So yeah, so you'd have a backpack, you know, the usual backpack you can wear. Can hold a lot of stuff in it, right? So you could have the motorbike gel battery there with the two things on the top. You could have like a small magnetron, a square thing in the backpack, and you could use like an inverter circuit thing, which could be included into the magnetron. They're not too hard to build, where it converts DC back into AC. And you could use like a flexible cord from that thing there down to a solid pipe, and use it like a waveguide. And you can have holes maybe at the sides there and have it blocked at the other end. Also you could have like a windscreen wiper pump, which are not very big, you know, they're only like that. And you feed in water from like a tank. Could be one of those plastic things with a cap you have on it with a seal, so you just have a like a, what do you call it, silicon tube going up to it, so the windscreen wiper motor pump thing sucks water up. You can also take charge from either the AC side or the battery side at the same time, and it can pump the water along the pipe connected to it. And this might be also have another pipe that goes down the side, a little tiny one. And of course you could have a trigger as well and connected to that goes back to there to control the circuit. You can just walk around with it and just click the trigger, one to fire steam only, or fire steam and microwave at the same time. It'd be definitely easy to build. But yeah, you wouldn't dig up stuff and microwave it. And you can have lots of gel batteries. You can just have that so it's on the top and pull out the battery out the top of the back. Or you could just put it on an RV bike, you know. You could, of course, you then could have also antenna, and then carry the laptop on a special, like a holster on the front of you while you're walking around. But you also can build well, they don't even have to use GPS. They could use they could just use normal Egyptian building techniques of using banged in posts with string and just follow the string to form the patterns and just walk around, fire the trigger, and then use their feet for stomping at the same time as they're heating it up. You could have a stomping board as well, so you could do it like a one-man band sort of thing. But you can have like a four-wheeled bike thing. You know what they look like. You know, they have the long seat and the handlebars going up here. They use them on farms mostly. And you could have the ones come out the side here, either side of it. And you could have all the batteries and a cage at the back, or even a trailer it tows along. And you just drive around, and laptops between the steering wheels here, and bang-o, that's all. Should be easy to do. And it could be totally science. You can get ones petrol driven, but you could get electric ones now. And of course now we've got new battery technology. Those hoaxers, not so stupid if they're building that, right? Okay. So the only thing we've got left is ThirdPhase, I think. What we got, 3.5 hours almost. So maybe just finish up on. Did I post that? I forgot if I did or not. Oh yeah, I did. Okay, we can get rid of that. ThirdPhase. Oh, here, how did we go down here? 10 viewers. We only got 2 likes until that's no good. 7 on YouTube, thanks guys, and 3, which is pretty good for Rumble. Getting up there. I might just do a refresh here, see if we've lost any more subs. Doing an update. All these little gadgets I wrote. Yeah, it's taking a long time. Here we go. Have it. Saw a flickering. The old CPU's plugging. There you go. It's finally updated. Okay. Oh, we got some new subs over the last 3 hours. So it's now back to the 2-1. Thank you guys. Not sure how these guys can get so many subs, right? It doesn't make any sense. I reckon they also bought their subs. 3,000 videos. They've made millions of dollars, these guys, from this garbage. So we're going to have a look at some now. This man touched and witnessed element 115. What a lot of cobblers.
To hold in my hand just for
so this guy likes to hang around with ThirdPhase. What is his name? Alex Goodall, or whatever his name was. Jim Goodall. Bob's connection. Yeah, so I don't know if Bob handled him a piece of metal and said it's 115. But this guy's easily fooled if he's hanging around with ThirdPhase. He's meant to have been one of the test pilots for SR-71 or something. Some fame game. But I don't believe his story whatsoever. Unless he was tricked.
the thing was compressed, so you couldn't really tell what kind of swoop it had on it. So I called up my longtime friend John Lear, who lived in Las Vegas.
So he's also mates with John Lear, who's a complete loony doon.
And he's the son of William Lear of Learjet, and a character. I called him up.
He's likely to prank him as well.
Junction, which is...
Anyway, we can't play it because it'd be copyrighted. It'd be their own special documentary clip, probably.
So we can get to a photo mat.
It's not like when they're using other people's videos, we can then analyze it. Okay, so Cosmic Tsunami. That sounds like another stupid documentary they're working on, doesn't it? What is it? Oh, they're upgrading the music.
Here, we've got a special presentation for you tonight.
Oh.
I want to share with you tonight. Again, it's all about...
Oh, CGI.
If you enjoy these little shorts and
to something worse, a force twice the size of our...
Oh god, it sounds crap already.
Bubble of calm. We measure...
Looks like it's taken from some English documentary.
Or, as we visualize it, the cosmos...
Or they've paid someone to use a English accent to voice over the documentary. I don't know. Where's it from? What does it say there? Become a member. Sort of. What's that? Audio track? Some languages are automatically generated. I think the CC captions on videos now do that, don't they? And now they've added AI here button. I'm not going to click it, so I don't know what it does. Enjoyed this, great graphics. Well, obviously they didn't do it. But anyway, I apologize here. My cosmic paradigm does not include violence. So there must be some military violence in it, is it?
Sending them exploding into the air and onto the shore. The cosmic tsunami is the same, only the scale is astronomical.
Yeah, are they talking about the exploding star or neutron? Creates a wave of radiation that wipes out Earth. Holy shite, these broad daylight UFO videos. Okay, let's have a look at some CGI. It's birds, it's balloons. Okay, let's skip that shit.
put up the video up on social media. Said my dad captured this on his way to work. Take a look at this.
Let's make them. What do you think, Brent? Yeah, best capture we've seen in 2 weeks. Nice balloon. Party wedding balloon. Actually, it could be a weather balloon. Looks like a typical weather balloon, doesn't it? Did I see a payload string hanging down? If they could keep the camera still. Get out the car and start filming it through a window too. Yeah, I think I could see a string on it. Some where it gets it in focus a bit better. Let's see, full screen it. Before I do that, anything down the side? No. Right, okay, full screen. Let's give us some filters, man. That's quite interesting. It changes colour there. Kind of looks a bit clearer already, doesn't it? Makes it easier to see. You can see the clouds now. Different layers. What was that I just saw? Terrible camera wreck, moving all over the place. I think it's just a weather balloon, just a normal white round one going up. There we go, like you can see it then. Let's see if we can step it maybe. At least I thought I could see it. I must admit my eyes are not sort of deteriorating as the show's going on. Yeah, the problem is you don't always see the tether or the string or the payload underneath. Yeah, see where it looks like it's got a little pull happening. Let's go in a bit further. At the bottom here, it looks like it pulls down a little bit, so the cable must be coming down there. It could be down to this bit here. The cables are quite long. That's probably why we're not seeing it. See that there? You see like it has a little nipple. See how it's sort of stretched out here now? So it's the nipples there going this way. So the payload's going to be down here. Out of sight, out of mind. I don't think we're going to be able to see it. Oh. Okay. It's all messed up. Okay. It's filming inside the car. Yep. So I'd say weather balloon on that one. Let's move on. I have to change the filters again. That was a good filter, that one, last one. A TikTok, where all the good UFO videos come from. Is it a weather balloon again? looks like it. Must be... What's all that? Oh, look, everybody, UFO! Right. What are we meant to be looking at? Is it the same video or a different one? Oh, there we go. Someone's trying to hunt for it again. Is it a sphere? Kind of looks like it's not a sphere now. That looks like one of those Globo and Llama balloons again, with the spiky bits. It could be a hot air balloon too. They have them that shape as well. But a Globo and Llama balloon generally are hot air balloons too, but they're about 5 men in size type thing, and have a heater element underneath, like oil, but like a Chinese lantern, heats it up and it just goes up like a balloon, but there's no one actually piloting it. Okay, so next video. Just net shots, is it? Something dangling on a fishing line and a tree. Sort of got a slope to it there. Number O balloon, maybe? Because that would be spinning around. Could be a number O. You can see it's quite windy there. Trees moving all over the place. And it looks like that's moving with the wind, right? That's what's good to film trees, and especially if you've got the wind motion. And it looks like it's rotating up and down, which you would get with wind of a balloon being pushed along. Terrible filming though. See, that was a bit suspect where it sort of angled up there at the end and they cut it. Yeah, I'd say it could be faked, that one. Or it could be simply a little balloon that someone let go. Now, this one looks like we've seen this before. What's that something to do with SpaceX? I don't know. Looks like it's slowly going up. Could be anything really, with the sun reflecting off it. Could be a hot air balloon. They normally launch those early in the morning or late at night, where the wind dies off because the sun goes down. Well, the sun hasn't come up fully yet. It looks like the wind's going this direction. Looking at the shrubs that they're filming. Yeah, it's possibly a hot air balloon, I don't know. It's a bit hard to tell, that one. Is that the one we looked at just before? Oh no, that's the Australian UFO plane. You can see where the prop propeller is at the front here. They keep recycling this one, same with security. And they say it's filmed in different countries when it's at war in Brisbane or South Australia. It's called the UFO plane. The guy flies it around for air shows and things, and people see it, don't realise it, and film it and think it's a UFO. Have they got the sound? I bet they haven't. Makes a lot of noise.
The location, and it goes behind the trees.
Which would be a gum tree, is it? Where did they say it was? Which is probably lies, so it's probably been relabeled. So that's a real object. That looks like a gum tree typical of Australia. Which a lot of them are burning down at the moment. It's over there. What did that say at the front? It's terrible writing. Filmed near a military base. Yeah, looks like Australia. Looks very dry. Yes, he does have his own hangars and stuff, but he does park it in military hangars. You know, the Australian UFO plane. I probably should do some clips. I've already covered it many times. UFO plane, I forget what it's called. It's got a special name for it. Australia. Images. There it is. Looks like he's painted a different colour there, but that's what they're seeing. Just from underneath, that's all. So you don't see the tail fin, but you can see this little prop thing because that's spinning around so fast. You don't see it on camera. So you can get it in videos of that flying around. Australian coast, yeah, South Australia, Tully, that's it. So you'll see this little plane flying around. You gotta log in. I don't have her account. And it's been mucked around with.
Students and teachers with
A documentary. Mystery Locals Victoria. Yep, that's where he lives. No. Aussie. Where bloody hell are you? That's what she does on the TV ad. Come to Australia. Where the hell are you? And you can find that TV ad. That's quite hilarious. This is a UFO plane up close. We want to see it flying.
Originally, he made it as...
Where's the sound gone? You can see it was making lots of noise. There you go. Just get the right angle and you can see the front bit. He's got his wheels down there at the moment. Once he puts those up, it looks a bit better. So he made it as like a joke, and he's very popular. Anyway, shield channels like ThirdPhase use it all the time, and that's why they get rid of the music, right? That's why they get rid of the sound. There's the prop playing there. Anyway, that one's figured out. What are we looking at here? That's not the camera in the Middle East, is it? Not the camera, the big huge plasma screen they have on 2 cranes. And it looks like an artificial moon. Let's have a look. How did it go from far away like that to there? Kind of really suspect, that is. I guess he's got a really good telephoto zoom, optical zoom on it. Kind of looks like a top of a hot air balloon, doesn't it? It's got some sort of weird pattern happening. So is he simply flying a drone and looking down on a hot air balloon? That's what it looks like, doesn't it? And it looks like it's sort of changing shapes, like material that's like loose fabric. It's a hot air balloon. They're filming it from above, unless we've got a tree line. What's that there? Something that's been edited out. What else could it be? It could be one of those balloon parachutes they have in front of water skiers, right? That pulls them along. There's a fair distance in front of them. You know what I mean? Now they have like glider ones, but there are ones that are circular. Surfing kites or whatever they call them. They normally come out like a slim triangle. Not triangle. Really like I don't know what shape. A clam shape. I don't know. Let's have a look. This shape here. Whatever shape you want to call that. But you can get round ones. That one's strange looking. I know you can get round ones. Round. Of course, we're not going to be able to find them. Square ones. I suppose you could call it surf parachute, maybe. Could be called a different name. I've got some kites coming up. There you go, with the hole in the middle. There you go, like that. Well, that's coming down. I got a square one here. But there you go, they have it on the coastline like that, and it lets air through. There you go, you can tow it behind a boat. So all you need to do is film that bit of it, right? Or from the person that's sitting there. No, it'd have to be someone further away, someone at the front of the boat filming it. Or someone that's behind it, right? Sometimes they have like double kites. One that's sitting down here is filming this one. American flag one. Yeah, I think it might be something like that. There you go, look. Let's go back to it. It looks like a grey type day. What's happening now? CPU. Magnifier playing up. Let's just reset it. Anyway, I think I've run out of time now. Here we go. 4:45. So much to wrap up. Oh, well, at least we got some more ThirdPhase done. See how it's sort of leaning on the side like it's a parachute? You're not seeing the cords come this way because it's a dark grey sky. Maybe it's early in the morning or late at night. And they're filming it with someone's using it at the sea here. It's probably on the sea. They're filming it on the beach. And they're probably not even moving. They're just using the wind current to keep it up. So that's a surfboard parachute. Okay, we'll go with that one. He's got the hole in the middle, right? Paul's so good at this pattern recognition. It's something I'm really good at. Could that be a drone? CGI? Okay. Don't know, it's got funny shapes at the end here. It's kind of strange. It's got no color, which is kind of weird. So what are they filming with? Out of focus the whole time. Could it be simply a advertising balloon? A blimp. A blimp advertising balloon. Is it moving at all? Yeah, it could be being towed by a car, maybe, who knows? A bicycle, person walking along the street. Looks like it's got some writing on it there, doesn't it? It's advertising blimp. You know, again, advertising blimps. Out of focus. Like that, you know. There's ones about tail fins as well. And they come in all sorts of shapes and sizes, and also LEDs. So yeah, what's the small one? That one looks like it's small. See the cable on that one? Better quality video. But there's ones that don't taper off like that too, and don't have the tail fins. Because sometimes they don't want it to always be in the same direction. They want it to spin around with the brand name. What's that one? And you can type in advertising balloon tube. Let's try tube. Not that one. No, not that dude. Here we go. Something like that, right? That's for that guy. Yeah, it's not going to give us any other ones apart from that one we just got. Get rid of tube maybe. And of course you get all sorts of regular balloons. LG. Ones with LEDs on them. So it could also be sky balloon. Of course, we can't rule out CGI in it either, but yeah. You just have to go through all of them, right? Want to find one that sort of looks a wee bit, almost looks like a hat or a UFO one. You can get UFO ones as well. You can type in UFO. Of course, they know people are going to see a UFO and they're going to stop and have a good look at it. That one there is one of the most common ones, but not the only one. Inflatable UFO balloon. There you go. Inflatable UFO spaceship. Another one there. Giant inflatable UFO. Of course, some just fill it up with air, but you can actually put helium in it. And they had this one here that had Virgin flight. So it was actually a hot air balloon. And everybody thought it was a UFO. Until he come clean, it was him. Anyway, I think that's that. There's no one there. One. Different sizes. So yeah, lots of options there. Unless it does something really amazing, right? It zooms off at really fast speed. I don't think it's that plane again. Shape doesn't look right. Yeah. It does look like an advertising balloon that's got away, doesn't it? Anyway, well, that's it. So we're going to leave it there, guys. And till next time, we can work through some more of this garbage. There's probably heaps that we've skipped. But they recycle it anyway. So yeah, that's me done. And we did see Michael King this weekend. He's doing a low life, low profile, as he said. Yeah, so yeah, we're just going to wind down now. And I need a dash to the toilet as well. Good night, all. Take care on the roads and all that. Say goodbye there. Was it not working? Oh, there we go. Let's close that down. Good to be back. Nope. End. There we go. And we finished before 4 o'clock this time. Hey! Good night, Sophie. And Liz. Woof woof. You'll be UFO experts, video analysis before long. I'll probably end it soon because I need to go to the toilet. Okay. Where's my controls gone?